Hi, my crafty friends. It's Linda from the Crafting Depot, and I just want to show you this really beautiful um, vintage inspired junk journal that I have finished. Okay, so it has a 2-inch spine that's covered with fabric, various fabrics. The entire journal is covered, front cover and back cover is covered with fabric, and then it is sewed all around. It's got these little brass corners, tabs, and it has a ribbon to keep it secured, closed. Okay, so it is 196 pages. It is 6 by 9, soft cover. I mentioned it has a 2-inch spine. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures. It's a 3-hole punch. I'm sorry, not 3-hole punch. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and it has a 6-inch gator mouth, and it's filled with all kinds of goodies. So let's open this up and see what's inside. So inside the first page, you will see, let me move this over. You will see an envelope made from various papers, music paper, and it seals, snaps shut with a magnet. Here is a a flower, a tab, a cluster, some writing space that opens up, and then accordion shuts and seals closed with a little sticker. You could just stick that in there nicely. Okay, and then it's decorated here with a cluster of various materials and sewed. And this next page is sewed all around, and it's got a pocket which is decorated with a cluster of different pages, some vintage, and then decorated with stickles. Okay, this is a butterfly that I made with different materials, sewed it all around, and there's a writing space, and that sticks nicely in there. So the next thing is avocado dyed paper, which is doodled on and cut. Let me show you like that better. This is a pocket made from different, no, not made from different paper. It's a pocket made from paper, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And here's a writing spot, and then a decorated, this is parchment paper decorated with a cluster. Here is a 1, 2, 3 pockets, and inside you can pull this out, and it is an envelope, a pocket, another pocket space that's decorated with different papers, and it says inspire and have faith. See that? And that goes in there. There's been videos done on everything that's in here. Okay, here is a really cute altered paper clip, and then that holds this little pocket that has 2 spaces, 1, 2, to put things in, and then this music paper is sewed. I think you can see that. Hope you can see that. Okay, so that's sewed and decorated. And we'll put this back nice and neatly and tuck that in. Okay, and then here is some composition paper, which is decorated with washi tape. Here is another envelope, different type of pocket envelope that's closed with embroidery string and then sewed all around nice and neatly, and it holds some paper to write in, and it has a button and some fabric here, and then it just tucks nicely in that belly band like that. Okay, turning the page. These are side tucks that I made out of a masterboard with various different papers and washi tape and stamps. They all came out different. Here is another pocket made from a page, a vintage page. So you have a space to leave stuff here. It's got a ribbon. I used distress ink on this and some paper. This is a different page that was dyed with, whoops. Here's another book page, vintage book page that's dyed. And these are vintage book page. That is a vintage book page. And then inside is a little card that says gratitude. And you can see I did a little doodle here. And then there's some stickers. And that goes nicely in there like that. And then here's some coffee dyed composition paper. A nice side pocket that's covered, has music and covered in paper, decorative paper. And then it is sewed all around. Here is a book page, a book marker. You can see that. It's made with a vintage book page, and then it's stamped and traced. I traced it with a pen. So here's a tag. Here's a tag, and it's got a stamp and some washi tape, and you can write on the back. And then this is a fussy cut that holds that like that nicely. Turning the page, we have some cutout hearts that turned into pockets and hold some blue dyed paper. And here's another area with a stamp to write. Here is another doodle around the page of the coffee dyed paper that I cut out in a different shape and did some doodling all around the paper. Here's a pocket that holds this, which is an envelope with some blue dyed paper, and the envelope is collaged with different vintage papers and music paper, and then it's got stickles all around it, and then it sits nicely in here. There we go. And the paper's all this is all sewed. I'm sorry, it's all sewed around. Okay, then turning the page, this is a whimsical tag, which is made out of different papers, and then sewed all around, and backed with coffee dyed paper. And it has a heart, an altered paper clip with a heart, and that holds that together. Let me come around this side so we don't bump into the camera. Okay, here is a vintage book page that I painted with acrylics. Added a butterfly, some stickles. I put some paper in here, blue dyed paper, and it has two pockets. So it has the one here and then another space here to stick something. Here is a nice little notebook that you can bring with you, take out. Like, say you want to take your, you don't want to take the whole entire journal with you, but you want to bring something that you can add notes to. And then you can put that back in there like that. And it's decorated with a little tab and a paper flower. And this page is stamped, decorated with a stamp and a cluster. Here is a a collage made into a bird. Sorry, made into a bird, and it has a flower, paper flower, and then this little tag, which sits in there nicely, and has that embroidery string to decorate it. Here's another pocket, and out comes a card that is decorated with music paper, a cluster of a dragonfly and an owl, and inside you can write in here, and it's also been decorated with stencils, and that sits nicely in there. Here is more coffee dyed paper that's been doodled around like so, and you turn the page and you have another pocket which was made, okay, this is parchment paper that was decorated decorated with fabric and a cluster of paper and sewed with stickles. And here is a writing tag which was made with distress ink on index paper, and then decorated here with some material and vintage paper and music paper, and then I sewed it all around, and it's been backed with coffee dyed paper, and that sits nicely in here. And it also has another space behind there where you can, so it's two pockets, 1, 2. Here's more writing space. There's plenty of writing space in this journal. Okay, here is a little secret compartment. So this is a book page that's backed with coffee dyed paper, and it's got a heart stamp on it. And you pull it out. It's got another stamp, and you can write on there. And then when you're done, you just put it back. And you stick it in like that. There. And there's the little heart-shaped altered paper clip. And it goes back on here nicely like that. Okay, so here is some music paper that was sewed all around, decorative, as you can see, and composition paper that's got washi tape on the end to decorate it. Here is another one of those vintage book pages that has 2 pockets, and it's decorated with a fussy cut of a bird. And then here is some avocado dyed paper, just cut and distressed. Turning the page, we have another one of those I showed you over here. It's a tag, and now here I turned it into a pocket. Same thing, I made this with distress ink, and here this was made from a large master board of different vintage papers, and then what I did was I cut them into different things like pockets and tags, and I painted little well, on this one I painted trees and branches and leaves, and that looks nice with this, so that goes in there nicely. And then here is another another few pages of coffee dyed paper that's sealed together with a punch. You can see the punches, and then a paper clip, and that sits in here. This is made from a vintage book page, so here's 1, 2, 3, and that sits nicely in there like that. And there's the little bow like that, real nice, cute. And then we turn the page, and this is a belly band with some blue paper, nothing, just writing space, and that goes nicely in there. Okay, composition dyed paper, coffee dyed paper. Here is some paper that's also backed with music paper and sewed all around. And it's a nice side tuck to put stuff in. And then again, it's sewed on the other side. Here's parchment paper with a nice little decorative tab. And then on the other side is a pocket made with decorative paper, and it has a little card that comes out, says Simply Love. And it goes right in there. It's a little vintage card. And then here is the other side of the paper that has been decorated with hearts. And here is another piece of coffee dyed paper that's been cut differently, decoratively. And then on this side is the other side of that decorative paper that was sewed. And then out comes a larger tag. And I did some doodling on here, and it's backed with coffee dyed paper so you can write on it. And it's got some embroidery string. Okay, so here that goes in there. And then this is a writing space and a pocket, which was doodled over. Right here's the pocket. So what I did was I tried to emphasize it a little bit more, and there's a cluster that says Friends are the flowers and memories and scented gardens, and it's doodled and has a little paper flower on there. Here is a belly band made from a whimsical, it's a whimsical home made into a belly band of different I keep saying materials, I'm sorry. Different papers and stickled and then sewed all around. And then on the top is a paper flower. This is a little pocket that opens up. It's got two little pockets on either side. Here's a pocket, and here is, okay, can we get in here? Yep, here's a pocket. Oh, I'm gonna have to glue that. All right, I will fix that. Let me, needs a little bit more glue on the side. A little glue on the side, and a little glue here on the side. And there you go. So it's got a pocket here, pocket here. Over here you can open it up, and here's an area to write. It says forgive yourself. It says forgive yourself. And then here is like a Zentangle, a little doodle that you can color yourself. Let me close this. So you can doodle, you can put little tickets in here. It says inspire and dream, and then close it up. Over here, this was made from a book page, a magazine, and it's got some coffee dyed paper that's not decorated. It's just there for you to write on. So it's got a space there, and a space in here and here where you can stick things. This is a little booklet that comes out, and it has it's music paper on the outside with washi tape, and it's got some coffee dyed paper inside. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. And it's got lace on the bottom, both sides. And it goes nicely back in here like that and sits like that. Coffee dyed paper that's been doodled around and cut into a nice cute shape. Some more paper that's been stamped. And this is another altered paper clip. An altered paper clip that comes out, and has a matching tag. And has two places where you can stick it. Stick it up there. You can stick it down here. And you can put this anywhere you want in your book. I just kept it right there. And this is over parchment paper that also has a little bunny stamp. Here's a cluster made from different papers. Some music paper that was decorative and sewed all around. Some composition paper with a butterfly tab, and that's there. Here is a belly band, and this is made with material on the background. I'll pull this out. This is avocado dyed paper, so it's got material on the background, and it's got different papers, an angel in here, and different papers that were glued and sewed and all together, and it holds this piece of avocado dyed paper that sits in there. And we'll turn the page, and we have a side tuck made with two different types of decorative papers, and this is coffee dyed paper with a tab and decorated with washi tape, and that goes right there nicely. Here is a pocket, but also a space where you can write little notes. And then an accordion closes up, but before that you have a space to stick a little something in there if you choose, and then you can close it with this little sticker. And then here is another tag that was made from a collage of different materials that I sewed around, and then I backed it with coffee dyed paper so that you can write on it and then stick it nicely there. It matches really nice. Okay, and over here is a vintage book page that was turned into a 2-pocket. Let me see, let me open that, and like that. And then it's covered with clusters. And then here is a coffee dyed composition paper, and here is a side tuck of scrapbook paper and music paper, and then I sewed it all around. And this is the other side. Okay, here is a another tag that you can write on. It's backed with coffee dyed paper, and you can see it's got different papers and a stencil. And that goes into this vintage book page that was made into 2 pockets, and then it was decorated with a ribbon and a cluster, which has material and paper, and then sewed. And then a little stamp up here. Okay, this is made from an envelope, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and it's been decorated with a stamp. It's got a cluster, a flower, stamps, and stickers. And then here is another writing space that's been decorated with a stamp. Again, here we have coffee dyed paper that's been doodled all around. Here is a pocket with out comes another type of a writing space, a journal card or a tag, and it's backed with coffee dyed paper, and it has music paper on it and washi tape. And what do I have here? A cluster of some material, and then it's all been sewed and glued on top of music paper, and it's got a little opening there. And that goes nicely in here. It matches really well. And this scrapbook paper's all been sewed around. Here is another pocket, and it holds some it holds some composition paper that just tucks nicely in there. And then here is another. Is there another pocket? No, wrong. It's just one pocket. And it's made from a book page. This is made from various scrapbook paper, and it holds some avocado dyed paper. And it has 2 pockets, 3 pockets. And then here is a little tag. It says blessed with a flower. And let's turn the page and see what we have. Okay, so on the other side is a little wallet. It's got a little paper clip that's decorated with a jewel. Can you see that? Jewel. A little jewel. And let me put that here. Okay, so this is backed with, this is an, you open it up and there's paper to write in. There's a vintage old piece of vintage paper in here. And that's, occasionally you'll find something vintage paper, you know, old. This looks like it says, what does it say? It says Carl Verland, MD. So it's a doctor's note from, it says 2/12/20, but I don't think that's right. This is very old. And it's backed with, it's backed with coffee dyed paper. That goes in here. And I'll bet you it's 1920, not 2020, 1920, because that's old. Okay, and then what I did was, you can see it's here's more, what's in here. This is very old paper. It's newsprint. Okay, and that's going to stick nicely in here. Carefully in there. And then it's got material. Okay, so there's writing space, and it's stenciled with coffee dyed paper. And then on the back, it's got material. And it's got stickles all around the sides. You close it up, and we get the, where did I put it? I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so then you take the little jewel, altered paper clip, and you stick it back. Let me see, I can't see. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Nicely in there. This is scrapbook paper turned into a heart pocket with some paper. And scrapbook paper that's been sewed all around. It has a pocket. And then this is a origami dress decorated with stickles, distressed around the corners, and has a flower. Here's some coffee dyed paper that was ripped deliberately to give it that vintage kind of look. Folded and placed back in here like that. And then around the paper, it's just been doodled on both sides. Here's scrapbook paper, and then a stencil that's been colored in. This is a pocket made from an envelope, and then inside it has another pocket with some paper in it that says, let's open it up and see what it says. My favorite moment from today and the date. So it's an area, and then it's been distressed around the corners. And that will fit back nicely in there, like that. And then that, let's get that back in there nicely. And then we'll take this and put that in the pocket, like that. And then it's got another pocket here, right here. So it's got a pocket here, and it's got a pocket here. And this has been decorated. And I've done numerous videos on these activities. So it's got some vintage paper here, stamp, flower, and a little window you can see in through it. And then it's been distressed all around. Here is a vintage page that was turned into a pocket. And so you have 1, 2, and I think 3. And then it's been decorated with stickles, a cluster, some book page. And then this is a different type of a tag, which has a space here to tuck. It's got a side tuck. And you can write on the back. And then it's been sewed all around. And it lives right nicely in there. And then here's some music paper that's been sewed all around. And some composition paper. I should pull this up a little bit. You can see my mess. Pardon me. Sorry. Okay. And here is the composition paper that was dyed, coffee dyed. Here is another, a pocket and a tag made from a masterboard, and then I painted on it. And I sewed all around it. It's been sewed all around. The tag and the pocket's been sewed all around, and that sits in there. Here is some side tucks made from masterboards. And then here is a belly band, which was made from different scrapbook papers, stickers, stamps, stencils rather, and it holds some avocado dyed paper in there very nicely as a belly band. Okay, here is composition paper, scrapbook paper over music paper, sewed, and then it's a little pocket side tuck there, and then embellished with a flower. And then you can see the other side. Okay, this is a vintage book page with a napkin over it, and then I sewed all around, and I also covered it with Mod Podge, sealed it, and then it's got a little space to put stuff. Here is some writing space, some coffee dyed paper again, which was doodled on. Here's the other side. And then this was made from different book pages. And then it's kind of like, it's hard. It's not soft, like, it's kind of like cardstock. You can write on it. And then she sits nicely in there and looks really pretty against the blue and the, the sticker. And then on the other side is another vintage book page, and it holds paper in here. And then it's been, okay, there's a spot where you can put stuff in there. And then it's got gold all around, and a stencil, and it's really pretty. Okay, here is some scrapbook paper made into a pocket. So it's a pocket here and a pocket. Okay, okay, so this is only one pocket. Apparently I sealed it down, but that's okay. You got a pocket here, and this is sealed flat down to the book. So then you close the book. Oh no, yeah, that's it. Okay, so then you close your book and you tie it with the ribbon. The ribbon is glued to the front of the book and the back of the book, and you tie it like so. And there you have it. That's your book. Okay, I hope you like this. This is going into my Etsy shop. There is a 15%, oh, and this goes with it. So we'll stick that in the front. We'll stick that in there nicely like that. It's a nice chunky Chunky Monkey book. It's got lots of goodies inside it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's going up on my Etsy shop, and I hope you catch the sale, and good luck to whoever gets it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.